I've spoken, believe it or not, over the years to actual financial planners, and I've spoken to all types of investors, people who are very conservative, high risk investors, somewhere in the middle. I've spoken to everybody. And I notice that everybody has this concept, and I used to have the same concept, which is have this diversified portfolio. In other words, a portion of it, it's okay to have risk, risk away, have fun, some of it safe, you know what I mean? And some of it maybe where it's not so safe, but yet it's not so risky, whatever the case may be. I've got to a point because I used to be the biggest risk taker. I used to be the biggest gambler. Forget about it, motto. You have no idea how much I gambled. I'm all about, consistency now. That's it. Starting at 46 years old, after everything I've done in my life, and I've done it all. You have no idea how much I've done. Had a lot of fun in the process too. But the thing is that it's all about consistency, and not just about life. Like people, you need a steady job, or in my case, I have a steady monthly income. Regardless if you hate me, I do. I have a steady monthly income that comes in every single month like clockwork. But I just feel like that same approach should be for investing. It should be for anything in life. You should have that. Like just to give you a few examples. So like let's say you have a rental, you purchase real estate and you have someone in there who's paying you rent every month. Some people invest in Section 8. They get the guaranteed rental check from the government. I'm not really interested in that. They destroy those places, but but anyway, it's another conversation. But do you see where I'm going with this? It's like that consistency. You own a casino, for instance. You got every month you got that revenue coming in. You own a hotel, you got that revenue coming in. And I don't know, it's just that's where I'm heading. You know what I mean? See, gold to me, I know because people sometimes ask me, but gold, you don't make no money. There is no revenue. But what gold represents is a protection. It's like an emergency. Something always bad can happen in any industry. Something bad could always happen. And gold to me is like your hedge. It's a hedge against, inflation. It's a hedge against a world disaster, a market collapse. So that I don't invest in gold because I want necessarily, a passive income. I know there's no income. It's more of a like a security blanket for me. You know what I mean? Because all right, so let me give you an example. Let's say you have a house and it's a rental. And for whatever the reason is, you get a psychopathic freaking tenant, destroys the place. These things could happen, right? Okay. Stops paying you rent. You wind up having to go through an eviction process. It could take up to a year. And while all of this is going on, you got no rent. You got some psychopathic guy or girl, could be who knows, breaking up the place. Now let's say the house is 300,000, but you got 300,000 in gold. Okay. So you're like calm. You're calm like a bunny because you got that protection. You know what I mean? Now let's go with the flip side, right? You have no gold and you have that same situation, right? Where someone's destroying the place, not paying you rent. You got to go through this whole eviction process. You're shitting friggin' bricks. You're scared like a mother effer. You're like, what am I gonna do? Because you might have a mortgage on that property. You might be really in a very, very bad situation. So that's what gold represents. Even cash represents that to me. I understand everybody keeps saying the dollar's gonna collapse, inflation, all this shit. Cash has always worked fine for me. I understand that prices rise, especially because of the current administration. But I get it, and that's not good. That's bad. I'm not saying to you that's good, but cash still has value. It's $100 bill. I go into a place, hey, I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get a lot for it, you know. So I don't buy into this whole concept that dollar's dead, it's collapsing. I don't buy into it. So I still believe very much in cash. I still believe cash is king. I don't care what anybody says. Um, I believe that gold is king. And I believe, look, yes, real estate has risk too. But overall, you know what I learned in life? If you're gonna rent out a house, this is the biggest mistake I think that, like, owners who rent out houses do, is that they rent out a piece of shit house. You ever notice that? You walk into the house smells like, it's got, carpeting, it smells like baby piss. The kitchen is outdated by 50 years. The house is trash. So I think that's the biggest mistake an owner does, because they figure that I'm not living here. I'm just renting this place out. I actually think that you should make the house beautiful. You really should, because see, like, I was renting a house once in 520 Durant. This was in Staten Island. This is in the Great Hills area, Staten Island. The house was well over $1 million house. Okay, I got a great deal renting it. I mean, this house had a European kitchen. It had this shower. It was no joke. This shower, no matter which direction that you look, up, down, left, right, sideways, it was spraying your whole body. It was like the most unbelievable shower, all marble, beautiful European kitchen. Had a big, gigantic in-ground swimming pool. Had a hot tub. I mean, it was a multi-billion dollar house. The thing was, even though it wasn't my property, because it was so beautiful, the kitchen was modern, the house was beautiful, immaculate. I don't know. It just, like, you have this thing where it's not your house, but you want to keep it in great condition. Because it's so beautiful. I think that's just a natural human, like, just like reflex, is that if something is beautiful, even if it's not yours, you want to keep it beautiful. It's kind of like if you're dating a girl. You don't have the ring on the finger. She's not married, but she's freaking beautiful. You want to keep it beautiful, right? You want to get her hair done. You want to take her shopping, get her all kinds of beautiful clothes, beautiful shoes. But yet, listen, I know this more than anybody. Before I met Jennifer, my girlfriend, I gave her 65,000 in jewelry, which, by the way, when we broke up, she kept it. It was a gift. It was a gift. Are you an Indian giver? So yeah, I know all about that. But but that but I just think it's the mentality of people that if something is beautiful, they want to keep it beautiful. They take pride in it. So when they're renting it, they won't destroy it. They actually will clean it, and in some cases maybe even make improvements with your permission, of course. But the thing is, they take pride. They start thinking, like, I could live here for like 10 years. I could live here for 20 years. And I think that's what you want to do. These renters, I see these owners, right? They give these houses the freaking trash, garbage. Of course, people are going to want to destroy it. It already sucks anyway. So, anyway, that's just a long, long description of the video of how Apefather wants consistency in everything in his life. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. Videos for entertainment purposes only.